Hi again, it's Catherine Hicks from San Diego, California, bringing you back into my kitchen again today to share with you another fantastic recipe featuring Philadelphia cream cheese. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite desserts to order when I go out to eat, and that is profiteroles. Now, I know a lot of people might be afraid to make these at home because they might be a little scared off about a time commitment involved, or might be afraid that they're not too easy of a dish to make, but I've come up with a really simple recipe. We're going to cheat a little bit by using a few store-bought ingredients, and I'm going to put my own Philadelphia twist on this by making a Philadelphia cream cheese ice cream to put into the middle instead of the traditional vanilla. What we're going to need is a tablespoon of butter, a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 2 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese at room temperature, 1/3 of a 14-ounce container of vanilla ice cream, 8 refrigerated crescent rolls, and about 1/4 cup of water. Now, what we're going to do to get started is I'm going to mix up my already softened cream cheese. As you can probably tell, I've already used the rest of the block, so there's just that 2 ounces left in there. And we're going to use a hand mixer to just beat this for a couple seconds until it's fluffy. And what we're doing here is making our ice cream. And the reason to fluff up the cream cheese before we add in our ice cream is to avoid lumps. Now I'm going to take my ice cream, add that to the cream cheese, and I'm just going to take my hand mixer again and blend it up just until it's been mixed through. And the way we're going to get this ice cream mixture back into the hard ice cream form in under an hour is we're going to stick these in the freezer in ice cube trays. I'm just going to pour these in. We're just going to need 1 tray, and these ice cube trays, by the way, make the perfect size ice cream scoop to put into the profiteroles. So it's just going to work wonderfully. I'm going to finish pouring these, and then I'm going to stick them into the freezer and take a seat for about 40 minutes. I'll see you back here then when I go to put my crescent rolls into the oven. I'm back, and I'm just about ready to stick my crescent rolls into my preheated 375-degree oven. What I've done so far is line my baking sheet with a sheet of foil. You don't have to use the foil. I like to, just because while I do love to cook, I don't love to clean up, and this is going to eliminate that step for me. I've also removed my crescent rolls from the container they came in. They come perforated for us, so we're just going to separate these, and we're going to take the half that has the 2 same side edges of the triangle and just loosely roll them up. We're going to just set them right there and cut about just a 1/2 inch off of either side. This is going to make them both profiterole shaped, and it's going to help prevent your guests from even guessing that you got these at the store. Now, my inspiration for this recipe came from one night when I had gone out to dinner with my aunt and my cousin. We had finished eating dinner and we were looking over the dessert menu and saw something a little unusual, and it was goat cheese ice cream. Now, being a little adventurous, we decided to try it, and once we did, it ended up tasting a lot like cheesecake. The owner of the restaurant had actually told us that he came across the recipe by accident, and they had been catering an event one night, and their vanilla ice cream had melted and dripped onto their goat cheese. They were so hungry that they decided to eat it anyway, and ended up loving it so much that they added it to their menu. So I thought to myself, what if I used Philadelphia cream cheese? Would it have a similar effect? And would it taste like cheesecake as well? I tried it out, and it did. It does taste like cheesecake. And what's also great about using Philadelphia cream cheese instead is that you can get a whole block of cream cheese for about 1/3 of the price of a log of goat cheese. So it's well worth your budget. I'm just going to finish rolling these up. And I'm just about done rolling these up here. Just going to finish this last whole one, and then because we're going to want 9 profiteroles, which is about 3 servings, I like to do 3 profiteroles each, and the crescent rolls only come in 8. I'm going to just take about 4 of the remnants from the sides of these crescent rolls and just kind of wrap them together to make a 9th crescent roll. I'm going to stick these into the oven. Just cook them according to the directions on your package. Mine says 11 minutes, so I'm going to set the timer for that. And then I already have my double boiler here ready for making the chocolate sauce. I have the bottom pan filled about 1/3 of the way full with water. So I'm going to turn the stove on to medium-high, wrong burner. And we're going to add in the butter and the chocolate chips. And we're going to let this melt down for just a couple minutes, and then we're going to add in the water. Now you may need a little more or a little less than 1/4 of a cup of water. You're just going to want to use the water to get a good consistency to where you can just drizzle it over the profiteroles. Now you can also use store-bought chocolate sauce. I just think that homemade has a really great and rich flavor. I'm going to continue melting this. My sauce is going to be ready at the same time as my crescent rolls. I'll see you back here when I'm taking those crescent rolls out of the oven. Now, my crescent rolls have just come out of the oven, and I've let them cool just long enough to where I can touch them without burning my hands. I'm going to grab 3 of them and put them on a plate. We're going to cut each of them in half. And we're going to fill each of them with 1 ice cream scoopful of this great cheesecake cream cheese ice cream. Just get that last one in half. I'm going to take a scoop of the ice cream. See, when the ice cream is in ice cube form, it takes very little time to harden up in the freezer. We're just going to top our profiterole off with the top of the crescent roll, and do that with the other 2. And then the last one. And then finally, we're going to top this off with our warm chocolate sauce. So I'm going to grab my spoon and just drizzle the chocolate sauce over the top of these. A couple times, as much chocolate sauce as you like. If you have any extra, it's also great to dip fresh fruit in, like a fondue. Then maybe just a couple around the pan just to make it look nice, or the plate rather. Now I'm going to go ahead and try this. I love the contrast of the warmness of the crescent rolls with the cool cream cheese cheesecake ice cream. The warm chocolate sauce really tops it off too. I'm going to sit down and enjoy. As always, thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen. I'll see you next time.